And now, for your listening pleasure,
the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis.
Is OBS up? I don't see it. Where's it at? Okay. Oh, where am I? Oh, is this it? That's it. So I'm going to watch live on Facebook. Gotcha. All right, go ahead. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Blazing Defender Report, episode number 63. I can't believe it either, guys. What's going on? I want to give a big, huge shout out right now to my man, Casey Strohs, the man in the chair today, helping me do the OBS, and he's going to be putting up all the graphics and everything for you guys to check out. I mean, this looks amazing. It's all Casey's doing. So big round of applause for my man, Casey. Thank you, sir. Guys, got a pretty big show for you. I've got a lot of comic books here to talk about. My throat is a little scratchy right now. Everybody in America is sick, so I'm just waiting for my mutant healing factor to kick in so I can knock this shit out. But I do have some poo hair tea and a cough drop, and hopefully I won't lose my voice too much. Yeah. Hey, always, guys, mad props to you guys for being in the chat room. I love it. I love seeing guys pop in. I love seeing guys introduce each other. Hey, what's going on, Marcos? Hey, John. I love the community. You got something for this sore throat, Dennis? I bet you did. Here, let me get ready. Put her right here. You got lots of room to work with. No, hey, I always love seeing the chat, guys. Happy National Boy Scout Day. And that's for Dennis. I know he's a big Boy Scout. So I'm sure Dennis is partying with a bunch of other little scouts running around his house. No telling what's going on there. Don't need a webcam in that room today. But hey, I could finally, I think, legally announce, without Charles McFall putting me on probation or something, we have a new show to the network, to the Giant Size Team Up Network, which I am a proud member of, and Casey is as well. He's one of the co-hosts on Breaking the Panel. Geek Versus is one of the new shows on the network. I'm going to give them a big shout out. Check those guys out. They talk about a lot of stuff. I was just kind of going through their feed the other day and looking at some of the topics that they cover. It looks really interesting. I haven't had a chance to check. Plan on doing that, but I'm sure it's a great show if they're on this network. Check them out. Check out Breaking the Panel. Check out Botched. My boys that run a D&D podcast. It's fantastic. It's one of my weekly, or whenever it comes out. It's one of my episodes that I always listen to on my way to work or the way to the gym or whatever. But yeah, the OBS setup, guys. You got to hear. A lot of you have never heard the theme song before because you don't listen to me on iTunes, which I don't know why. But you like the video stuff. I get it. It's cool. That stuff by Mike Woodard, who does a fantastic job producing the show. He actually came up with that. So really, really cool. Another show I want to talk about really, really quick, Toy Power. Guys, you've got to check this show out. It's Australian. Is that not Australian accent? That was horrible. But they're Aussies, and they talk about toys and collectibles. Oh, see? It's already hit me. Thanks, Dennis. I got one of your things in my throat. But yeah, check them out. Toy Power. It's a great show. I've listened to it a few times. Those guys are pretty funny too, actually. And really, really quick, Collector Zone, guys. I want everybody to go to Collector Zone Cantina. It's a fantastic community. They have a great, great community. Oh, wow. Let's get that off there. Yeah, we go. I got a little feedback there. But yeah, Collector Zone Cantina. It's fantastic. It's a great community for collectors. And plus, guys, you're going to get a discount when anytime for Collector Zone Cantina, and you're going to have one-on-one interaction with the people that, which is really, really, really cool. So yeah, check that out. You're going to love it. I promise you're going to love it. And that's it, really. Oh, no, it's really not. Patreon. I have a Patreon coming out. Dennis is really helping me get my Patreon going. I really appreciate the help. I've kind of had mixed feelings on Patreon in the past, and it's something that I don't know that I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And you guys are for supporting the show, supporting me, and supporting the show are going to help the show grow and help me maybe get to some cons, interview some bigger names, and you're going to get some access to me, which I think is a pretty cool thing. So check it out. You're gonna want to. I don't know if you're gonna want to, but it's going to be fun, man. You're going to want to see it. And it should be up hopefully on Monday. We're working on it right now. So that's really cool, but that's coming. So, be looking out for that. I'll post it on the page whenever I get it done. But first of all, I want to talk about 2 movie trailers that dropped this week, guys. I know everybody seen the Deadpool trailer. Pretty cool, right? Fantastic trailer. And we were going to show it like live, but my man in the chair, which he calls the shots, guys. The man in the chair's got power, let me tell you. He thinks there could be a problem with maybe some. So we really don't want any cease and desist letters. So we're not going to play the trailer, which is kind of what I was wanting to do. But man. If you go through that trailer, which I know some of you have with fine-tooth comb, because I know you've watched it 100 times just like I have, you're going to find some Easter eggs in it. And one of the things I've been trying to find out is what is going on with Cable and that fucking teddy bear. What's going on with that? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever what's going on with that teddy bear. Some people think it could be a hint to Hope, which is Cable's daughter, which could make an appearance in the movie. If that's going to happen or not. Jason Jones says he's watched it 105 times. I do not doubt that 1 minute, 1 second. I don't doubt that you've watched it that many times. So Jason, you be a good guy since you're in the chat. You may know some of this. It looks like from the look of the trailer that Cable's breaking mutants out of some kind of containment center, which is pretty damn cool. You can kind of see they've got some collars on. In one shot, you can actually see like the red light. And then there's like a shot of a little fat kid at the end who's like kind of giving the finger, and he's got one on as well. So I think that's what Cable's doing. But there's also a scene where it looks like Deadpool is in the mix as well, and he's fighting Cable. I don't know why he would be fighting Cable if Cable's trying to break him out, but he is Deadpool, so who the hell knows what's going on? But what I really wanted to talk about is there's a half a second shot, and Casey has graciously put it up on the side there. To the right, it's the actor Terry Crews. And I'm not sure who he's playing. I was like, who the hell is that? He looks cool. Not sure who that is. I don't know if that's Mutant X or not. I guess it could be. And then what is even more shocking to me is the guy left, directly behind him, it'd be on our right, and that dude is Shatterstar, which Shatterstar is Rob Liefeld. There we go. That's a great shot of Terry. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't know if he's not Weapon X, but Mutant X. I don't know if that's who he is or not. But there's a shot right here, which that's in the if you zoom in on it, this guy back here, he's got the helmet on and everything. That's Shatterstar, and that's crazy to me that there's a Shatterstar in this movie. But hey, it's Rob Liefeld, and it's probably going to look amazing, honestly. And then on our left, Deadpool's right, you're going to see Domino, and I'm not sure who that is behind Domino. She's kind of got like a mask over her face and stuff. Not sure who that is, but they're loaded down for bear. There, perfect. Yes, the man in the chair has popped it up. There's a little bit of delay for me, so you guys may have seen it before I did. But, I mean, if that ain't Rob Liefeld, there never was. So, very cool. A lot of stuff in that Deadpool trailer. Let's see here. That Shatterstar. Oh, and man, Dopinder. I'm so glad Dopinder's back. I don't know if Dopinder was going to get out of Deadpool 1 or not with, him getting his love back and taking care of his rival after, he took some. There it is. Yeah, see, I see it now. Yeah, this is, of course, Domino. And this person back here, I'm not sure who that is. It's not Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which there's a great shot of her in this trailer. Let her hair grow out, looks really good. I'm really, really hoping we see Gina Carano in this. Deadpool kind of saved her ass, Colossus kind of drug her ass out of the fire in Deadpool 1. So I'm really hoping we see her because I'm just a fucking huge Gina Carano fan. I think she's amazing. So I'd really like to see her. But, I mean, come on, guys. On the Excitometer, what is this fucking trailer? Is it like a fucking 2000? Yeah, it is. I mean, we're excited. He's already broke the fourth wall in the trailer. Cable looks amazing. And let me be the first one. I love it when I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot, so I love it a lot, right? But I'm so excited for Josh Brolin to be Cable. He looks fan-fucking-tastic. He bought in. He got in shape. The haircut, the eye, the arm, it all looks fan. And that shot where he's jumping over the truck, I mean, man, it looks amazing. Can't wait for this movie, which I believe it's May 18th. So, yeah, really excited about Deadpool, which I know all you are. Yes, Jason, Gina is the shit. I love her. Do you think they will reveal in the movie or the next that Cable's actually Thanos? Let me tell you something about that theory. Dennis is probably drunk, which it's okay. With a movie that involves time travel, anything is fucking possible. That's all I'll say. Anything's possible. And that's something that we really haven't seen how they're going to do. For those of you that don't know, Cable is time traveler. He uses a device called the body slide, which allows him to go between dimensions, between stuff in the Deadpool trailer. Can't wait for it. Now let's talk about Dennis, I get it. I had a guy text me actually today. Dennis said, I'm not drunk, but it's the same actor is all I'm saying. Yeah, I get it. A guy texts me today and goes, what the hell, man? Thanos is Cable? That's bullshit. I didn't like it either. I'll be honest. I'm like, he's already a character, but, he's kind of unrecognizable as he's really a voice. But, yeah, I get it. And especially, like, if we're talking about merging characters in the next 10 years, how's it going to play out? Don't worry about it. They'll figure it out. Josh Brolin's a fantastic actor, and I think he's going to make a great, great Cable. So, and Thanos will probably be dead at the end of Infinity Wars anyway, or gone or whatever. So, now, great trailer. Let's talk about a trailer that maybe wasn't so fantastic. The Venom trailer. I am a huge Tom Hardy fan. When I found out that Tom Hardy was going to play Venom, no one was more excited than me. Like, I love him on Peaky Blinders. I loved him in Dunkirk. He's great. I don't think he makes a bad movie. Yes, thank you for the graphic. So you give us a teaser trailer. I get it. It's a teaser trailer. It's meant to get you excited. And they show us absolutely none of Venom. Like, there's like a split second when Hardy's going through his seizure that you see the black creeping up on his neck. Okay, that's all we get. And then we see it kind of the symbiote kind of gelling or bouncing around or whatever it is doing in that container, that containment container. But I'll be honest, they may be going in a different direction with this movie, kind of like maybe like a Logan, making it more of a horror type picture. I'm not sure what they plan on doing with it, to be honest. So I'm really, really excited for it. Even though I wish the trailer was a little bit better, I'm still really excited for this movie. What do you guys think? I'm thinking that it's going to be fantastic. As long as they let Tom Hardy do his thing. I've heard the screenplay is really good, but I've also heard that it's kind of out of left field. So I'm cool with that. I'm really, really cool with that. Like, let's break it up a little bit. They did it with Logan. A lot of people may have been worried about that, going the indie route with the low budget and all that. And the same way, Deadpool's kind of changed the genre on us a little bit too, by making fun of the fourth wall and being a kind of a parody of himself. So I'm all about taking chances, and they couldn't have had a better actor than Tom Hardy. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about the trailers. The next Venom trailer, we better get some goddamn Venom, or I think there will be a riot on our hands. But comic books that came out yesterday, guys. I got a stack here. Man in the Chair, doesn't matter which one goes first. Let's see here. All right. I'll do this one. Swamp Thing, Winter 1. Okay. For those of you all know, Jason Fabok, friend of the show. I met Jason, Big Sam, that I do Meet Hits on Movies with. Big Sam and I met Jason Fabok. Oh, we're doing Star Wars. Okay, we can do Star Wars, Man in the Chair. Man in the Chair has power, guys. I'm just saying. We can do fucking Star Wars. I'm more than ready. Oh, now we're back to Swamp Thing. Let's do Swamp Thing. Okay, great idea. Oh, man, this is awesome. I love it. Okay, I love having a man in the chair. Everybody should have a fucking man in the chair. It's awesome. All right, Swamp Thing Winter Special. Now, does it have the price? It does not. That's funny. The graphic doesn't have the price on it. It is $7.99. That's $8. All right, that is a very hefty price. I'm not going to recommend this book to everyone. If you're a Swamp Thing fan, this is a must-have. It really is a must-have, and here's why. One of the best writers in the game right now, Tom King, and one of the best, most fucking fantastic artists, up-and-coming artists right now, Jason Fabok. And Fabok is cool as hell, okay? His dad was captain on Fire Department, which doesn't make him cool. But like I said, Big Sam and I really had a great conversation with him one day. He hung out. He just was a guy, a big fan of all this stuff. And I know he had a great time. I can tell by the artwork in this thing that he had a fantastic time doing a Swamp Thing. I mean, look at that cover. I mean, that detail, and it's all through this book. Now, what Tom King has done here is he has created, Tom King's writing is so unique and so unlike any other comic book writer maybe I've ever read. And what he does is he starts a journey, and you have no idea. Like, a lot of times you have no idea where it's going. You're enjoying it nonetheless. It's kind of like Sucker Punch for me, the movie. Like I still to this day really don't know what happened in Sucker Punch, but visually it was so stunning. I loved it. And what Tom King does is he gets on these books with great fucking artists, which really help him tell his story because the artwork is keeping you engaged. And as good as this book is, the story is actually to me kind of the winner here because of what he does visually. I wonder what this book would have been like without the dialogue. I still think if they had come out with a director's cut with no dialogue, I wonder how powerful it would have been because Fabok kind of tells the story visually even without King's words. But this is a great, is what the book's called. Now, this is where, all right, I'll set the premise for you. I don't want to spoil the ending because the ending was fantastic. So you got Swamp Thing and he's carrying this child that you see in this graphic right here. Okay. And it's snowing and the Swamp Thing is the green as he calls it. Okay. He gets his power from there. And when there's no green, it makes Swamp Thing weaker. All right. So he has this child and it's like every page, this child is telling Swamp Thing, you're a hero, man. He's fighting a snow monster, okay? And he keeps telling him, you're a hero. You saved me. This snow monster almost got you last time. Dude, if you hadn't kicked him, he would have killed you. And Swamp Thing's like, I'm going to protect you. Like, and as this story goes, every other page is this conversation. So you start to think, are we in a time loop? What's going on here? So then as the story progresses, Swamp Thing is getting smaller. It's like his muscles are atrophying because he doesn't have he doesn't have any, he's not eating protein or something, like if he was a bodybuilder or something like that, right? So, but it's because of the green. He's been kept away from the green. Okay. So he starts to figure it out. It's like, he even says, I'm not thinking right. Like I'm being clouded. So he gets so shrunken up. He starts to figure it out. He knows you never see the snow monster per se. Okay. So you don't know who his nemesis is. And then at the very end, Swamp Thing figures it out and you're like, holy shit. And he's a hero, but he's really put in a bad situation. What does he do here? It's a fantastic story. I don't want to say anymore because it's that good. I mean, but at $8, it's not $8 good. I give it a 7.5. I know it got really, really high marks on IGN. I ain't IGN, big Fabok fan. I would have bought it just for his interiors. But hey, if you got a 10 spot you want to shoot, this book will actually not be too bad to collect because of Fabok and Tom King, unless they do something else in the past. What about this? Oh, yes, there you go. That's a great, yeah. And there's action too. Don't get me wrong. It's not just him walking around the snow. It's a bear, obviously, right here. And then there's a group of hunters that are being affected by the snow. They're ultra violent and they just want to kill shit because of the snow. Now, what's causing the snow, right? That's what I'm not going to tell you. But yes, that is a fantastic a graphic. And I mean, this artwork, man, just come on, man. The artwork is it's gorgeous. So yeah, go out, get, if you got 10 or, it's $8, guys. So it's 80 pages. And what you get in the back is you get a Batman Grundy story with Kelly Jones doing the pencils and Lin Wynn who's doing the story. It's an okay story. Still didn't justify the $8 mark. I really wish this book was like $5 and it just been the Tom King Fabok story, but it's not. But there it is. Really good. It is really good. Swamp Thing fans, you got to have it. All right. Now Star Wars. I'm sure he's going to put up the graphic. All right. by Karen Gillan and Salvador Larroca. I love saying his name, even though I don't like seeing his artwork. Okay, guys. The Star Wars books, they're hurting me. And I'll tell you why. I love Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron was the writer on this book. He left the book because he does everything. So I don't know what he's working on now, but they put Karen Gillan. I was cool with that because Karen Gillan's did some great. He has done some great stuff on Vader. He did. I don't know if he did the Poe Dameron book or not, but he's done another Star Wars book. It escapes me right now, but he's did well on all of them, right? So I figure he's the perfect fit for this. It's not been so much. We're really dealing with fallout from Rogue One, the movie, which is really cool, right? Like, we've been waiting for movies to come into the comic books and vice versa. Definitely vice versa. But now, we've got this story where they're dealing with Rogue One, the Empire's heir to harvest kyber crystals. Han, Leia, Luke, they're doing their thing. And every issue, I think we're like 4 or 5 issues into the story arc now. Every issue deals with them coming to terms what Jane Erso and them did in Rogue One, the sacrifice that they made to get these Vader plans, the Death Star plans to Luke and the rebellion so they could take out the Death Star. It was really cool the first 2 issues. I'm over it. This book is, Casey, I don't know if you want to pull up one of Salvador Larroca's famous style or life-like images. I'm trying to think. I'm looking. There's several. Trying to find like a really good one to show the guys what we're talking about. Yeah, there's one. Hell, there's not even page numbers on here. But it's one of Leia. She's right in front of the Millennium Falcon. And you've got comic book art. And then you have this realistic face. It's jarring. It's just not good. His artwork's just not good. I love the way he draws ships, TIE fighters, and Millennium Falcons. It's fantastic. I think he's really good at that. But when it comes to interiors, when it comes to action stuff, it's just not good. Maybe one of the weakest outputs for me this week, and maybe this will be my lowest rating on this Star Wars book. This is issue 43 in 43 fucking issues. I'm going to give it a 6.5 at the most, because it is progressing a story from the movie. So I'm cool with that, but it's just not good, man. I'm sorry. It's just not good. I really good. So maybe when this story arc's over, they'll get into something else. That is a perfect image. Thank you. And but like, say this, and you can climb it up too, Furball. What's next, Princess? I mean, he has the voice. Karen Gillan has the voice of these characters. This story just hasn't been that good. And then you've got artwork like this. Now, if you're not a comic book fan and you see artwork like this, you might be like, well, I think it looks kind of cool. Hey, fan-fucking-tastic. You go with it. Star Wars is your book then, okay? I'm just saying, I think it's jarring. It doesn't fit the whole scheme of what he's doing in the comic book. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just, like he draws space, and like I say, he draws spaceships really, really cool, but it's just not that. It's just not that good. This book has been so fantastic, guys. And you all watch the show. Yes, that is a perfect image. Look, that's just not good. That's not good. It's just not good, man. Sorry. I've said that enough. We're moving on. We're moving on to Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I do. I've loved this book, and it's become like one of my least favorite books now I pick up every week. So 6.5. All right, let's get to some good shit here. I'm gonna get to one that Casey's probably really wanting to know about. Infinity Countdown, Adam Warlock #1. Now, that was a mouthful, right? Okay, it's Infinity Countdown, Adam Warlock. I believe there's going to be an Infinity Countdown Star-Lord, number 2, and this, that, and the other. Let me see. I'll double check myself on that. No, the next one's going to be Infinity Prime. Okay, so it's going to be Infinity Countdown Prime. Okay, this is by Peter Dugan, Gary Dugan, and Michael Allred. All right, now Michael Allred he's done a lot of stuff. It's a very comic booky, and I'm sure that when Casey puts up the screenshot of what the art looks like, you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, if you're not familiar with Adam Warlock, you should be, and here's why. He's coming to the MCU. You may have heard him talked about in Guardians, or like fans talking about Guardians. Like, a lot of people thought they seen the Cocoon in the Collector's Museum in Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn said that was not Adam Warlock. But then Guardians 2, we actually see the Cocoon and the perfect human being. And it is Adam Warlock. Now, the big thing about Adam Warlock is he was the keeper of the soul gem. It was actually, he didn't have a soul, so this gem gave him his soul. Now, what this book kind of does is, it's a great introduction to Adam Warlock because it kind of takes you through his history and his fight with Thor, which a lot of people didn't know about, his interactions with Thanos, the High Evolutionary. It's really cosmic stuff at its best. And it was some stuff that I'd even forgotten. But in this issue, he meets up with Kang. And Kang is a time traveler. He's an Avengers adversary from way, way, way back. And the Infinity gathered once again. And it has ruined a future timeline. So Kang has went and grabbed Adam Warlock and said, "You are the only one that can stop this." So Adam agrees. Kang sends him back to a moment in time where Kang is a lot younger, and he knows that Adam is coming, and he is preparing Adam to do what he needs to do to stop this catastrophe. Now, Kang is a fucking villain. Can we trust Kang here? But what Kang is also, what he also does is he's a survivor. And if he needs help preventing a timeline that erases him as the ruler of everything, then yes, he could possibly be telling the truth. But there's a real cool shot in here. Yeah, that's some of the art. That's him talking to Kang. If you can, Casey, see if you could find the page where Kang is in his trophy room. That was really cool. Like, okay, the panel right to the left of it. If you go down, you'll see it looks like maybe Angel with his wings. You'll see Dr. Doom's helmet. That's Machine Man's head hanging. Like, Kang has all these trophies. I'm not sure what the trophy is up here, but those are some really cool shots. He's got a couple other ones where it shows Captain America's shield. So Kang's a bad dude, man. And if this is something that he can't take care of, then he's going to need some help. So Infinity's End approaches is what they're calling it. So I'm really curious to see what happens. They're obviously, this is going to be a pretty big event. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's over 10 issues. Yes. Oh yeah, that's the good one. Yeah, like you got Wolverine up here and the Weapon X. That looks like a celestial head right there. You got Zorn, Magneto's helmet, a Sentinel, the Avengers, the Summer Sanctorum emblem right there from Doctor Strange. Looks like a celestial head back in the very background at the top. So yeah, Kang has done a lot of stuff. So, but this is going to be a ongoing series. You got Captain Marvel, Infinity Countdown, Daredevil, Darkhawk, which we haven't seen in a long time, Black Widow, a couple of Darkhawks champions. So yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. Now there's probably going to be a different artist. I haven't looked to see who the artist is going to be on these books, but I liked it. And if you're not familiar with Adam Warlock, it gives you a really brief history and synopsis of who the guy is. I mean, he's not just some gold dude that runs around with a gem on his head. He's actually pretty pivotal in the early days of the Marvel U, and he's coming to the MCU, guys. So you're probably going to want to know who he is. I give it it's not must read, so I'll give it a 6.5. It's only $2.99. Oh no, my God, it's not $4.99. Yeah, it's probably a pass, guys, honestly. Unless you like the cosmic shit. Like my man in the chair, Casey, he loves the cosmic stuff. He's going to want to read it. But yeah, I wouldn't spend $5 on it. But still, 6.5 is the rating on it. All right, now book that. I know I catch a ton of shit on this show for liking, and I ain't figured it out yet. But Walking Dead. Oh, I was going to put it up, show you, but I'm not. Walking Dead 176 by Robert Kirkman. Hold on, I'll take a drink real quick. Oh man, that's good. Yeah, Robert Kirkman. The last issue yes, there it is. This chick right here that you're looking at, huge cunt. Well, she starts out as a cunt, but she kind of warms up. I can't say cunt anymore, can I? Twint. I think Twint is the hey Marcos, what's up, buddy? Glad you can make it. Marcos from Collector's Zone, everybody, is in the chat now. Thanks for joining in, Marcos. I'm talking about your favorite book, pal. You right in time. You did it right in time. The Walking Dead. Yeah, she's not a cunt. She's a twint. I think that's the political correct term that we're using now is twint. It's kind of like twat and cunt. But anyway, last issue, big reveal of somebody in the group. And when I say group, I mean the Rick Michonne Eugene group that's still surviving in the comic book, not the show now, the comic book. And we found out that one of that group has a loved one that is in this new community. These on this cover here, these are people from the new community. They're being vetted by this group. Now, what's funny about this is this person that has found out that she has a loved one in this community, more than likely, she's like, just take me to her. Just take me to her. And they're like, nope. You've got to be vetted. You've got to be vetted. We just don't let anybody in here, which you can kind of understand. So this person uses really, really amazing restraint while this chick gives her the lowdown. And they're so fucking pompous. It's like, yeah, we did it. We got civilization back. Now, I want to say a buddy of mine today was like, The Walking Dead is kind of the same thing. We find this group of people. We're running from zombies. We're looking for safety. These people suck. We kill them or we move on. Here's another group of people. It's kind of like the same plot recycled. You're right. It is, in a way. But this is what I've always liked about Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman, he can nail, just like he did in Oblivion Song, he nails human emotion. And like, you can totally see a group of elitists, which I'm sure these people are, that have reformed society. They ass because, hey, look what we did. You won in, don't you? And Michonne flat up tells her, hey, I'm interviewing you as much as you're interviewing me right now. And the reason they choose Michonne is because they go to the other ones, like they go to Eugene. What did you do before the fall? And he goes, oh, I was a science teacher. Nope, not good enough. They ask the princess, which is a new character. She's fantastic. You're going to love it. They ask her, what did you do before the fall? She's like, oh, I did all kinds of stuff. I was a barista. I worked in retail a lot. Nah, you ain't good enough either. They asked Michonne, what did you do before the fall? Well, I was an attorney. I had my own practice. That'll do. You need to talk to this chick. And this twint right here is who she talks to. Okay? So, and this whole interaction that they have is just fantastic. And you know what's going on in the background, and you can kind of see where this is going. Now, I will agree with Casey on one thing. If it ends up being Rick and them taking these guys out. I don't think it's going to happen because these guys have military background. These two guys behind her, there's an army. This community has an army of people. They're all dressed like this. They run into a herd. When they were getting Michonne and Eugene and them to this community, they ran into a herd, guys. Not a few zombies, a herd. And these dudes were like JSOC. They were in formations, taking people out, helping each other reload. I mean, we know Rick and them are military combatants, right? They know their shit. They've had some time in combat. These dudes are badass. Rick and them don't want none. You better poison their food or something because you ain't taking them one-on-one. I mean, they actually divert the herd, let these guys get away, and then they come back later and they're like, "Oh, you guys made it." Like, and he's like, "Yeah, we made it. We're going to like, yeah, motherfucker, we made it." So yeah, this graphic he has up now, this is basically Michonne getting vetted by this twant. And it's just great. And you're just like, you want to choke this chick. But then she does kind of have a redeeming moment at the end of the story here, where she actually is helping somebody because she too kind of feels their pain. And the last page, just like the last issue, was fantastic. I got choked up. I'm not Kevin Smith. I don't cry all the time, but I got a little choked up. Not gonna lie. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Great fucking book. I can't say it enough. 8.5 for Walking Dead 176. Guys, if you love the show, read the comic. That's all I'm going to say. Just read the comic. Okay. I'm going to go about this earlier today. Batman White Knight number 5 by Sean Murphy. Written and illustrated by Sean Murphy. Now, for you guys that are new to comic books, you are going to be hard pressed to find a better than Sean Murphy as an artist. Now, what Sean Murphy can also do that a lot of art is write as well. He did Punk Rock Jesus. He wrote and illustrated that. It was a fantastic it was kind of like a mini series. I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 issues of it. I believe it won Comic of the Year that year. It's been a few years ago, and this is the first thing he's written and illustrated himself. Basically, this is what we call an Elseworlds Batman tale, and what I mean by that is it's not in our DC universe. It's kind of in another one, and in this universe, the Joker, who was still the Joker, he was killing people and everything else, he had been redeemed or reformed, and now he's trying to do good by Gotham City, and he's so smart and so charismatic, he's actually doing it. He's actually he's turning Gotham against Batman because of some stuff that Batman and the GCPD have done on the down low, and he is exposed to the taxpayers. They're very upset about it. And to be honest, Batman's kind of lost his shit a little bit. So it's a different take on Batman. And Casey, if you want to find, you can pick whatever page you want. It really doesn't make a difference because they're all gorgeous. Like the splash page that we used the other day when we were testing OBS out would be probably fine. But just to give people what this is. Now, this issue here, there are 2 Harley Quinns. And this is the part of the story I just don't like yet. There's 2 Harley Quinns. One of them has become Neo Joker. Like, she wants Mr. G back, and he's like, I'm not coming back. And also, it should be noted that the Joker is taking these pills that are, I guess, suppressing his the homicidal maniac in him. Okay, And also, it comes out in this issue that these pills are also steroids. So he takes off his shirt in one panel, and yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, just the detail and the way he uses ink and shadow, it's fantastic. But Joker's taking these pills that are also steroids. So here's a scene where Harley is teaching him how to fight, and he takes his shirt off and he's fucking shredded. And he's like, well, I've kind of got a leg up on Batman because these pills I'm taking are also steroids. So I'm like, and we don't know anything about these pills. The story made you think that he just kind of happened on these pills. I don't think that's going to be the total tale of the story. Now, what we also find out in this book is Clayface is going to have a bigger part in this story because people are being controlled. Supervillains are being controlled, and they don't know why yet. Now, Batman is still Batman now. Even though he's losing his shit a little bit, he's still the detective. So, and he is dead set on the Joker is not redeemed. The Joker is not out for the good of Gotham. It's all a part of his long con game. And what sucks is no one's got Bruce's back. Gotham City's turned against him. Gordon is turned against him. Robin, Batgirl, all turned against him. So, and Batman will not work with them. Like, fuck it. Y'all have made your line. I'm not coming over there. I'm doing things my way, which is just getting Batman in more and more trouble. I'm not sure. Let's see. This is 5 of 8. So we've got 3 more issues. This issue was kind of the coasting issue in a way. That's the variant cover. And that's actually Duke. He is, that's the Duke in this universe. He is like a JSOC Marine that has taken the west side or the bad side of Gotham kind of under his wing, and is kind of sided with the Joker in trying to rehabilitate Gotham. Okay, because no one else would really listen to him. So really cool character. And there's a couple other really cool characters that get just a little bit of time, but it's the way Sean is just really, really good. But this issue kind of idles. The story's been great, and you guys know, you see me review this book all the time, or the last 4 issues. It's been fantastic. It's been maybe my book of the week the month it came out, or the week it came out. But this one kind of coasts for me. Still great art, but there was nothing breathtakingly revealed in it. Yeah, look at this. This is just, look at the detail. And look at menacing Batman is. He's like, stark. I love it. I mean, Sean Murphy's a fantastic writer. He needs to write more stuff. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful, dude. He's got the blood on his hands, still the blood on his mouth, where he was just in a fight. He's just, it's great. But again, the story just a little subpar. I'm going to give it a 7. It's actually the lowest I think I've given any of these books. But for an 8-issue series, you're going to have a book like this. Okay, probably, more than likely, unless this is like one of the best series I've ever read. Which Doomsday Clock is kind of gearing up to be that for me. Which hopefully will be out next week, so we'll get to talk about Doomsday Clock. That'd be awesome. I can't wait. Okay, big shock for everybody. What my pick of the week is? Well, no, it's not my pick of the week. All right, we're gonna do this one. Then we'll do the next one. Okay, Batman 40. Okay, by Joe Lee Jones and Tom King. All right, and this is what has happened. Last issue, Batman and Wonder Woman had promised a warrior named the Gentleman that is fighting hordes of demons, and that the everlasting horde. They say it 100 times in this book almost. The horde is everlasting. There's always waves and waves and waves of demons coming. So what we found out last issue is time moves a little different in this dimension. Batman and Wonder Woman, the Gentleman had helped them on a Justice League mission in one of the Justice League comics, and they promised him they would give him a break because he's there for eternity. He takes them up on it. he goes and visits his wife. So Batman and Wonder Woman go into this dimension to battle the demons. What they didn't realize was there is a difference in time, how time passes. I believe 1 day equals 10 years. I believe that's what it was. Basically, Batman and Wonder Woman were over there for almost 30 years together. Okay? The last issue, I think it had been 10 years. They're at a fire. They get like little bitty interludes or breaks between hordes. And it really looked like Batman and Wonder Woman were going to probably get it on. Which, if you're with Gal Gadot in a cave and you don't think you're ever going back home, will, I don't give a shit who you are. Well, spoiler alert, Batman doesn't. And he professes his love for Selena Kyle. And Wonder Woman, the same for Steve Trevor. So they don't. And they respect each other's opinion or their decision. And they tell each other, if we ever get out of this, we're staying true to this. And they're like, that's cool. Let's go fight demons. And they do. So Cat finds this out, and she's tripping balls. Look, you're going to go meet your wife, and then you're getting my fiance out of there. Okay? He goes, he meets his wife, which it's only been a year. Yeah, that's a great shot of them two. Try not to, do it. But yeah, like I'm 5 years old. Like, oh, they're going to do it. Oh God, they're going to do it in the cave. But yeah, so that doesn't happen. And, Catwoman's like, you get to talk to your wife for a little bit and then you're getting them out of there. You're getting them out of there. And he, for the most part, does. It's a really, and like Tom King's really good at human emotion too. He does a really cool, like you want the gentleman to stay. You're like, oh man. But then again, you realize that, if you're Catwoman, you're like, what the fuck? No, a minute here is like a week there. Get him out. So, and there's kind of like they have a little fight. Like, gentleman ain't ready to leave. Selena's like, you're leaving. And they have a little fight. He's like, dude, I fight hordes of demons for eternity. I'll fight the cat, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a cool story, man. It really is. And at the end, of course, there is an end, and we get Wonder Woman and Bruce back, but it's so cool to see them breaking. And Wonder Woman and Batman are breaking. Let's make no mistake about it. There's a panel where Batman's like, I give up. Like, I can't go on. And then she's like, I can't go on either, but we can go on together. And they do. So really cool. I always Batman and Wonder Woman to be together anyway. So I was like, yeah, they're going to do it. And they didn't. So that's cool. Of course, he's a hero. He's not going to. Well, he's engaged, which sucks. Oh, my rating. Yeah, I'm going to say. Oh, God. I loved it, man. I just love this. I love Tom King. I really do. That's a fucking cool cover. I haven't even seen that cover. Where'd you find that one at? That looks fucking good. I'd have bought that. That looks really, really good. Oh, that's another thing. Jolie Jones, fantastic art. I mean, makes, like you've seen in that panel there, makes Wonder Woman beautiful, makes the action great. So, yeah, been a very nice change of pace for Jolie Jones. Oh, is that Copel? If that's Copel, I'm buying that. Like, that looks good. I love that. That's great. Good story, guys. I want to give it an 8, but I'm going to give it a 7.5. Just because of the ending is just a tad bit anticlimactic. I wish there had been a bigger conflict on opening the portal. Like, say, I don't know, the Penguin shows up or Bane shows up, and which here I kicked Bane's ass, so it'd been somebody else. But like, and then they were trying to get the portal. I don't know. I'm not a writer, obviously, But Tom King did a great job. That's a great book. Okay, 2 more books I want to talk about really, really quick. Somebody in the chat has asked me for weeks now to read Sacred Creatures. I did. I read it online. Issue number 1. Really, really cool, especially if you like biblical stories. And I've only read 1 issue, but I take it that this family, this makeshift family, is they're like, let's see, is there 7? Yes, there's 7. So that would lead him to believe that these are like the 7s. And it's really, really cool. And this kid up here in the right-hand corner, in the background, like behind the city, that poor bastard. I mean, for whatever reason, I'm sure we'll find out, he was picked to do something for this group. And it is just, you feel so bad for this kid, but he kind of chooses to do it because he's basically working for the devil. It's really, really cool. I'm not familiar with this writer, this Pablo Raimondi. I'm not really sure what he's done in the past. But Klaus Janson, he's been a great artist for many, many a year. He's inked some books that have been fantastic too. So, but the artwork is really good. The story's fantastic. Dialogue is excellent. This little kid down here at the bottom, that creepy fucker, he will creep the fuck out of you. And if you don't think Damien from The Omen, you ain't thinking, because that's who that kid reminds you of. So cool. Just real quick, because I don't want to give away a lot, because there's a lot to give away in this book, because it's very, very dense. A lot of dialogue, but it's all worth it, trust me. But there's a scene where this little kid is talking to our hero up here in the corner, or I guess he's our hero up here in the corner. And he's got these 2 dudes with him. And he's doing a Rubik's Cube. And he's like, yeah, I can't figure this out. I tell you what, one of you 2 figure it out, and I'll give you back one of your books. Whatever the hell that means. These 2 dudes start beating the dog shit out of each other to get this Rubik's Cube to get it finished. Well, the older dude wins the fight. And the whole time him and this guy are talking, and this little kid's telling him, he's like, oh, you want this to happen again? I can make that happen, but you got to do something for me. I mean, he's talking like a little adult, which is creepy. The little kids that act more mature than they are creepy as fuck to me anyway. I'm always like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're a little demon. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, Ramadi. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay. My man in the chair said Ramadi is the writer artist. Janson's on the inks. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense because Janson is an inker. Yeah, well, that's really fantastic. Then this Pablo guy, he's got the chops, man. Y'all need to check this out. It's not superhero based at all. It's very grounded. I say grounded, very biblical, as Jason Jones described it to me. But yeah, no, Jason, that's a good call. This is a great book. I'm really, really excited. I think there's 5 other ones or 6 other ones to read, so I'm really curious. Yeah, it's just good, guys. Just check this out. I'm going to give it an 8.5. This first issue is 8.5 for me, which for a first issue, this is the thing about first issues. Just really, really quick. First issues gotta grab you. Like, we've talked about some of the prices today, right? $4, $5, $8. Dude, it's expensive, okay? So if you're only going to get a couple books and you want to take a chance on Sacred Creatures, then by God, you take a chance on it. It's got to grab you to where you go, yeah, I got to find out what happens in the story. This does that. So 8.5, to me, that's a must buy or a must read. It's just so cool, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So really, really cool. Sacred Creatures, 8.5. Pick of the week. I don't have it to show you because Diamond, which is the distributor for a lot of comic book shops, shorted our comic book shop. Or I take that back. They didn't short them. It was all the comics were damaged. but I did get a chance to read one online. It's Avengers 680. Casey, my man in the chair will tell me, and he will put it up. He will put the graphic up. But guys, this Avengers story arc for the last 4, this is, thank you, 679. God damn it, I was close. 679. This is why you read superhero comics. This No Surrender story arc has been fucking fantastic. And this is what makes it so cool. Mark Waid has done a fantastic job of juggling all these heroes, all these villains. All right, very quick synopsis of this book. You've got the Games Master, and this guy called the Challenger. And Casey's going to put the graphic up of the Challenger. We've seen, this is the first time we've seen him in like 3 issues or 4 issues, is this issue here. We finally see him, and he looks badass. Okay, he is one of the Eternals of the universe, kind of like in the movies with the Collector. And if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, that's the Game Master. That's this purple guy that you're going to see here in a minute. Not this one, the other guy. But look how bad that dude looks. That's the Challenger. Now, come to find out, this issue is the origin of him and the Games Master. Okay? So, and it's cool because these names that they have, they're titles that can be won, which is new. This is new for the Marvel Universe. Okay? We didn't know this before, but this story sheds light on that. We don't get a lot of Avengers or the Black Order, and all those people are in this story. This is kind of like, I guess they call this issue taking a break from that storyline, but it adds to the story because you're learning now who this Challenger is. And, you know, Earth, if you would go back to the cover, like you see that's the Human Torch basically exploding. Okay. And the game is, he has the Black Order, okay, or Thanos's generals. The game's has the Lethal Legion, which we've never seen before. Okay, which is very, very, they're very cool. Like, I'm dying to know more about the Lethal Legion. So the Human Torch here on the cover, there are these game pieces that need to be retrieved. Okay, and this one was in Peru, and the Human Torch sees it and goes and grabs it. Okay, grabs it, he explodes, or so you think he explodes. The Black Order got the first game piece, and it was Black Dwarf who grabbed it, and it looked like he exploded. As you turn the page, you realize that they're not dead. They're basically in like some type of suspended animation. The gamesman is taking them off the board. Okay, the Grandmaster is taking them off the board, out of play. Earth is basically the board, the chessboard, if you will. And the Avengers were obstacles for the Lethal Legion and the Black Order. Well, now the game has changed because Human Torch grabbed the second game piece. They now have a point. Black Order has a point. The Avengers have a point. Lethal Legion have no points. So it's cosmic goodness at its best. You've got Avengers, you've got Black Order, which are one of my favorite villains. And now you've got this Lethal Legion. And now you've got this Challenger dude. It's fucking fantastic. And the artwork is gorgeous. It's one of the best on the stands right now, other than like somebody like Sean Murphy, of course. But on the Marvel bullpen, it's fantastic, this artwork. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, this is them. Like it says up here in the corner, he's gone. But this is Black Dwarf in the background, and this is the Human Torch. And you can see they're in this blue and red amber, which that's the color of that team, and this will be the Avengers color, I guess. So, Casey, show them another shot, if you will, another cool shot, so they can see some of some of this fantastic artwork. I believe there was a shot of like something exploding, which looked really cool. But it's just this is a great book to get into, guys. You're going to have, and this is also cool because like the last 4 issues, yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is talking about Earth. He's like, I didn't choose Earth because it was easy. Game of all games. So I'm choosing the chessboard of all chessboards. And it's the world that tamed the Phoenix, that defeated Thanos, that changed the nature of Galactus. Like, dude, the Earth is this shit, motherfucker. And if we're going to play a game, this is where we're playing it. So very, very cool stuff, man. And again, the art just looks beautiful. And this is what I was going to say before the graphic popped up. Every issue has been from the viewpoint of another Avenger. Like one of them was basically from Rogue. The second one was from Pedro or Quicksilver. This one was from the viewpoint of the Human Torch. So really, really cool writing style that just immerses you into this story. It's great shit, guys. I'm not going to lie. Pick of the week. It's a 9.2 easily. Could probably go a 9.5. This one was, I just love, even, and this is kind of a break. Yes. What's going on here? Like, see, this we don't even know about yet. Like, what is going on in New Mexico? Like, what is the the Hulk's coming back. Wow. Very, very good. I like that. So what is this tale up here then? Where's in this panel, it says in the ruins of the mount. What is that? Like, I thought it looked like Nightcrawler's tail at first. I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. So I'm sure Casey will tell us here in a second. But yeah, I like that because of the green back here. I have no idea, but Grand New Mexico means Hulk smash. Absolutely. Yes, man. Green in New Mexico means Hulk smashes. Dude, this is a great book. I mean, like, there are books that come out and storylines like Doomsday Clock is one that I get fucking excited for when I see it on the shelves. Avengers, and correct me if I'm wrong, Casey, but is Avengers coming out twice a month? Or is it's not weekly, it's bi-weekly. Is that right? So, I mean, for something to be that good, coming out that quick, that typically doesn't happen, guys. I'm sure Casey will tell us in chat like what the release date's on is. It seems like every week. Oh, Jason, thank you, Jason. This book is coming out every week, okay? And I believe it's $2.99, which is the cheapest comic book, one of the cheapest comic books you'll find. $2.99 for a book like this with the writing, the art, the action, the story. Fucking amazing, guys. It really, really is. All right, guys. I'm an hour 22. That's all I got for you, man. My throat's starting to lose it. I can tell. I'm starting to lose my throat. But guys, I want to thank everybody in the chat. It was cool. Let me know what you think about the layout, man. Casey was my man in the chair. Big shout out to Casey. Big round of applause for him. He did a fantastic job. Thank you, Casey. He's going to show me how to do all this, so it's probably going to be really fucked up when I go on my own. But I dig it. This is kind of what I've been wanting for the show. We can do a lot more stuff with it. I'll get more proficient. That's how you learn, man. You fuck shit up. And trust me, I should have learned a lot. But, yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, thank Casey. I want to thank everybody in the chat. It was great. Give me your feedback, man. You like the OBS? When we go back to the telephone and Facebook, I can do that too. Whatever you guys want, man. I do it for you all. But check out some of these comic books. Sacred Creatures was a really, really great find. The Walking Dead's been great. This Avengers. You know, to me, 2018 is going to be a pivotal year for the comic book market. And when I say that, I mean, not just for the movies. I think the movies are going to be fine. But for comic book retailers, guys, this is the shit where this is where the movie makers get their ideas at. The Black Order that you're going to see in Infinity War all came from a comic book that came out a couple years ago. Okay. This Challenger dude, we may see this motherfucker in the MCU. He may be right there with the Grandmaster and Tannis, the Collector. I don't know here we go. A little shout out for what's coming out next week. Out of Time Part 1 with Captain America. Cap is frozen in ice again. What the fuck is going on? And you can see he's got these people like bent down around him. Really, really curious to see what's going on with that. Mark Waid and Chris Samnee have just killed it on this book. It's fantastic. I mean, he suplexed a cheetah last issue. Captain America fucking suplexed a cheetah last issue. I mean, it's great. So you're gonna want to check that out. It's like one of the best things on the market right now. What else is coming out, man? In the chair. You have anything else? Or you just wanted me to talk about Captain America? Casey wanted to be the man in the chair. I kind of wanted him to come on and co-host, but he wanted to see how it would go. Oh, thank you, Marcos. Marcos is digging the upgrades. I got nothing else. You know what I love. Yes, you and me both, buddy. Casey and I are both big Captain America fans, and this series here has just been is what Captain America fans have been wanting after the last 2 years. Seems like the last decade of the Nick Spencer Hydra Cap bullshit. So, thank you, Debo. Yeah, Debo. Yeah, man. I mean, I figured you guys would love it. I'm glad you do. It's going to stay. So we're gonna figure out the nuances, and Casey's going to teach me some more stuff about it. But it's here to stay, definitely. So yeah, guys, we got Cap $6.98 next week. I'll have more shit for you. Probably have news to talk about. I'm going to get you caught up on all the nerd shit for the week. So just tune in right here. If you haven't turned on the notifications to the Blazing Defender Report, do that. That way you get a notification when I go live. I've been trying to create an event to let you know. So maybe you can plan to be here. But if not, you're just scrolling through the page and you see I'm live. Jump in, say hi. Like Andrew would. He would hit a bunch of frowny faces or whatever. It's all good, guys. But that's all I got for the show. Again, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Blazing Defenders out. Peace.